John Penthouse, 11:43 p.m. The door clicked shut behind Ryan. She kicked off her heels silently, not wanting to wake anyone, as if anyone cared she was home. The penthouse was dark, sterile, and quiet, like always. Ryan, muttering, "This place feels less like a home and more like a glass prison." Her eyes flicked toward the hallway, his room, always closed, always locked in silence, just like his heart. Flashback. 2 months ago, the marriage. Mrs. John, calmly. The merger between the John and Min corporations needs stability. You two will marry. No negotiations. Jungkook, coldly. Let's get something clear. I won't be your husband. Just your, short pause, contractually obligated ghost. YN, sarcastic. Perfect. You were always invisible to me anyway. They signed the papers that day with pens that felt like knives. No vows, no honeymoon, no celebration, just silence and a headline. Heir to John Empire marries business rival's daughter. Present, nighttime kitchen. The soft sound of the fridge opening broke the stillness. YN poured water, unaware of the eyes watching her from the shadows. Jungkook leaned silently against the wall, arms crossed, expression unreadable. Jungkook, low voice, you always walk around like you don't belong here. YN, startled, composed, that's funny. I thought that was your specialty. Their eyes locked for a beat too long. Not hate, not affection, just tension that refused to die. Flashback. 10 years ago. Corporate event. Teenagers. Ryan was laughing with a group of executives' children. Jungkook walked past. She bumped into him, accidentally spilling red wine on his white shirt. Young Jungkook, coldly. You think being loud gets you attention. All it really gets you is enemies. Young YN, hurt, determined. Then I'll make sure to be your loudest one. Present, the penthouse. Mireille, Jungkook's cousin, visiting. Thoughtful. You both are like frozen dynamite. Cold, but one spark and you'll both explode. YN, flatly. Dismissive. There's nothing to explode. We don't talk. We don't touch. We don't even exist to each other. Jungkook, walking in, voice low, coldly, exactly the way I prefer it. But when their shoulders brushed in passing, both paused, just for a second. Not enough to be noticed, but enough to be felt. Living room, midnight. YN, to Jihoon on the phone, wary. I'm fine, Oppa. No, he doesn't say anything. He doesn't need to. Pained. The silence is louder than screaming. Jihoon, protective. Concerned. You don't have to live like this, YN. I can pull you out. YN, softly. Resigned. It's not a cage if you keep the door locked from the inside. Morning, kitchen. The smell of black coffee. Jungkook sat in silence, scrolling through market reports. YN passed him, not saying a word, but she paused when she saw the cut on his knuckle. Without thinking, she opened the drawer, pulled out a band-aid, and set it next to him. Jungkook, not looking at her, annoyed, trying to fix what doesn't concern you. YN, coolly, defiant. You bleed like everyone else. Don't act like you're untouchable. Their fingers brushed for the briefest second as he picked up the bandage. No words, just silence and tension. Day 3 of silence. The penthouse remained unnervingly quiet, save for the low hum of the central air and the occasional sound of Jungkook typing in his study. But something was off. He noticed it when he came into the kitchen and saw her untouched glass of water from last night, still full, still where she left it. Jungkook, frowning slightly, puzzled. She's usually up before me. He didn't think much of it until noon passed, then evening. No sound of her footsteps, no smell of her jasmine body wash drifting from the bathroom, just absence. 7:45 p.m. Her room. He stood outside her door, not Jungkook voice flat but sharp. No, she's in my house. I'll handle it. Late night, Win's room. The doctor had come and gone. Just a viral fever. Rest, fluids, monitor her temp. Simple enough. But Jungkook hadn't left her side since. He sat beside the bed, sleeves rolled up, cold compress in hand. She whimpered in her sleep, brows furrowed, cheeks flushed. Win, horse, don't, don't touch me. He froze, watched her lips tremble in fevered sleep. Jungkook, quietly, I'm not trying to touch you, Min. I'm trying not to let you break. His fingers grazed her forehead gently, replacing the compress. She leaned into it unconsciously, and something in his chest, something cold and locked away, shifted. Early morning, her eyes cracked open slowly, light-headed, weak, but aware enough to realize she wasn't alone. Jungkook was seated next to her, head tilted back against the chair, arms crossed, fast asleep. She stared. His hair was a little messy, a faint shadow of tiredness lined his face. Win, soft whisper, confused. Why are you here? His eyes opened slowly, instantly locking onto hers. Jungkook, simply, you had a fever, you passed out. Win, whispers, you stayed. Jungkook, quiet. I didn't know what else to do. She turned her head away, throat tightening for reasons she didn't understand. Win, faint. You didn't have to. I'm not your problem. Jungkook, after a beat. Maybe not, but you're my wife. The word wife hung in the air like something sacred, something dangerous. Next day, Late evening, Win stood in front of the mirror, weak but upright. Her fever had broken, but exhaustion still clung to her limbs. She tied her hair loosely, noticing the red flush still on her cheeks. Win muttering, 3 days of silence, and now he suddenly cares. A soft knock on her door interrupted her thoughts. She turned sharply, the door opened slowly, and there he stood, John Jungkook, still in his black shirt from earlier, sleeves rolled, watch glinting on his wrist, his jaw tight. Jungkook, voice calm, you should rest, you're still pale. Win dryly, didn't realize you were still monitoring my health. Jungkook, flat, I didn't realize you were this stubborn. Win, funny, I could say the same about you. Then quietly, breaking the tension, thank you for staying. He looked at her, longer than necessary. Jungkook, low voice, don't thank me. I didn't do it. Wyan, brows lifting. Then what for? Jungkook steps forward quietly. Because I couldn't sleep knowing you were burning up a room away. The air shifted, their closeness wasn't deliberate, not romantic, but it was charged. Dinner, 9:17 p.m. For the first time since the wedding, they sat across from each other, silent, not hostile, just tense. Wyan picked at her food, but Jungkook watched her every movement.
Wyan, without looking up, do you always stare at people when they're eating? Jungkook, quietly, only when I'm trying to understand them. Her eyes flicked up to meet his. A pause. Then, Wyan, softly, you never wanted this marriage, so why try now? He put his cutlery down. Jungkook, steady, cold but vulnerable, because pretending you don't exist hasn't worked, and neither has ignoring the fact that you're under my skin. The confession hung between them like a blade, not love, not warmth, but obsession in disguise. The next day, unexpected visitor. As Wyan stepped into the lobby to pick up her parcel, she froze. Ji-hoon, her childhood best friend, protective, warm, and the only one who knew what this marriage was really costing her. Ji-hoon, hugging her tightly, Wyan, God, you look like hell. Are they treating you like a wife or a prisoner up there? Wyan, forcing a smile. I'm fine, Ji, just tired.